Let me ask you something tender. Have you ever whispered to yourself, I'm not talented enough? I've lost it. I'm too old to start again. If any of those thoughts feel familiar, you're in the right place. I'm Janet, architect turned watercolor artist and creative renewal coach. Today, we'll gently unravel the beliefs that hold you back, explore reframes that can free you, and practice a few tiny rituals that grow confidence because you create, not before. But before we go any further, I'd like you to look around. Choose the object closest to you. Maybe it's your mug, your glasses, a leaf, anything. I'm going to choose this teapot. Take a slow breath. Look at the object carefully. This object could become your first tiny sketch today. You don't need to draw it right now. Just choose it. This choice is a seed, and I'll show you how we'll use it throughout this video. By the end, you'll have a starting point, a simple ritual, and a tiny creative moment you can return to whenever you need confidence. Creativity strengthens with contact, not perfection. You don't need empty afternoons. You need small, repeatable moments. 2 minutes today plants a seed for tomorrow. Presence over pressure. Curiosity over outcome. Now, as we settle into this truth that creativity grows through contact, not perfection, something else tends to rise up too. Whenever we try to return to our practice, even in tiny ways, old stories often come with us. Not because they're true, but because they've been rehearsed. So, before we sketch together, let's gently name a few of those familiar beliefs. Not to judge them, but to soften them, to make space for kinder truths. Let's start with the 3 I hear most often. The first limiting belief is, I'm not talented. But here's the thing. Talent isn't the starting line. Practice is. Right now, as you outline this simple shape, your hand is learning. Every wobbly line builds your eye, your touch, your trust. So reframe this as practice teaches my hands. The next common limiting belief is, I don't have time. A 10-second wash? It counts. Creative practice doesn't have to be long. It has to be honest. 2 to 5 minutes can keep the thread alive. So reframe this as tiny windows sustain momentum. The third most common limiting belief is, I'm too old to start. You're not late. You're right on time for your season. Your years give you sensitivity, nuance, wisdom your art can hold. So reframe this as experience enriches expression. Now that we've softened some of those limiting beliefs, let's come back to something simple and steady. The tiny moments that reconnect you to your practice. Here are a few ideas to gently return you to your creativity today. No pressure, just presence. Sketch one object. Using the object you chose earlier, sketch. One outline is enough. Your hand traces the simplest shape you see. Wobbly lines are welcome here. This is presence, not perfection. Write one sentence like, today I noticed ... Pause for just a moment and put one thought down on the page. A single sentence creates clarity and reconnects you to yourself. Small words can open big doors. Try a single color wash. Fill in a rectangle, breathe. Load your brush with one soft color and let it flow. No purpose, no plan, just movement and breath. A simple wash can settle the mind and warm the palate. Paint one area of your one object sketch. Choose one tiny area and paint it. Not the whole object, just one part. A single stroke of color reconnects you gently to your creative rhythm. And as I did, you might find that once you get started, you have to finish. A tiny thumbnail sketch. Create a tiny 1-inch by 2-inch sketch, just enough for a small idea. Let simple shapes suggest light, shadow, or a hint of a scene. A thumbnail this small reminds you that beginnings can be gentle. These tiny moments remind your mind and body of something true. You are a creative person. Even a small sketch is a quiet way of returning to yourself. Confidence doesn't arrive before you create. It grows because you create. Every mark is a vote for your creative identity. You're not behind, you're returning with wisdom. Before we close, take a moment to check in with yourself. What felt good? What felt possible? What felt interesting or surprising? These are small signals from your creative self, and they matter. If it feels right for you, write down any insight or reflection that come to you. Even a few words can help you honor what surfaced here today. And if you'd like a bit of companionship as you keep exploring these reflections, I made a free creative confidence journal. It's filled with prompts, reframes, and soft practices to support you as you return to your creativity. The link is below. In the comments, tell me what object you chose today and the tiny action you'll take next. I'd love to cheer you on. Creativity isn't a rare gift. It's a practice, and you can begin today. If this helped, subscribe for gentle, practical support. And next, try watching Creative Confidence after a long break or Rebuilding Momentum after burnout. They pair beautifully with today's steps. And may your day offer a quiet reminder: your creativity matters. Until next time, begin softly and keep going.